So the reason why I haven't posted anything for a while is due to me receiving this letter in the mail. It was mailed out on October 13th. It was in regards to a HRO harassment restraining order that Jeffrey Watne wound up filing. Apparently there was one in place, which I was unaware of. So I'd just rather have everything documented so there's no discretion or question about any of it. That way everything was fact, not questionable hearsay. But this is the HRO I received in the mail. And apparently there's one in place, which I was unaware of. So what he was trying to do here is to modify it, to add more things with it, or whatnot ever. I have court, well, this morning on this, but I just wanted to document all this, so there's no discretion on whatever. Yeah, sorry, it's kind of tore up and taped back together. Kind of get something like this in the mail, and you just think it's just pathetic and ridiculous how a child molester could go and be around someone's kid that's not even his at such a young age, and have it hidden for so long. And then when it comes out, he wants to act like he's concerned or worried about his welfare or his well-being or his safety or whatnot ever. As you can see, reading through it all, it's more concerned about his reputation and his employment. As far as it sounds like, I don't know, maybe his employment is not aware of his criminal charges or what he's on probation for. Now, I went through it, started doing some math, figuring stuff out. I realized this guy's been charged for criminal sexual conduct. There was 3 charges. They dropped 2. He pled guilty to the 1. They found him guilty. So instead of him doing like a 96-month prison sentence, which is at the bottom of the guideline as far as your first offense, not having no criminal record, no felonies, no whatever plus points for upward departure, whatnot ever. On the bottom of the chart, the box would have been, a minimum of like 90, I don't know, whatever months for his crime. Instead of him getting that 90 months or whatnot ever of a prison sentence, the judge converted it to 25 years probation and gave him 365 days to serve, and it said credit for time served. So if you do the math on it and you look at when he was charged, when he was convicted, when he enrolled in alpha sex classes, and from when I knew he was at least out and not locked up or in jail, by my calculation and the facts that I have at hand to show dates and prove dates and times, Jeffrey Watne could have only sat in county jail for a period of maybe a couple months. So from when he got charged for the crime, wound up going to jail, being arrested for it. Obviously he went to jail, sat in jail when they picked him up and charged him for the crime. Now, he might have been out on bail or probably an OR, the way everything else seems, but if you look at the dates and you do the math on it, what they gave him for a sentence and how long he was in jail, the time they gave him for credit time served, and the date that he got done with his treatment, none of that adds up to where he even sat in jail for 365 days. He only had to sat in jail from the time he was arrested until he had to bailed out. So a sentence that would have been a minimum of like 90 months, I believe, he only wound up sitting in jail for maybe a few months, if that, from the time he was arrested until he bailed out. And that is it. Not on no sex registry, not anything where anyone could look it up. If you look it up under Scott County, it says it's a closed case. It's not a closed case. He's still on probation, 25 years. As you can read here in this restraining order he filed on me, he straight up, yeah, acting like I'm trying to reopen a case that's closed, but it's not a closed case, and he knows it's not, but the way he worded it in this restraining order here, if you read it, he tries to act like it's a closed case, but it's not. So here I'll show court records where Dakota County tried to get him off probation early after I brought it to their attention. So August 3rd, 2021, this is a finding of fact, conclusion of law, and an order. Now, it says right here, September 2003, the defendant was charged with 3 counts of criminal sexual conduct based on reports from the mother of the 4-year-old child, which was his own child. Okay? So April 7th of 2004, Jeffrey Watne was convicted on 1 count of criminal sexual conduct, 2nd degree, to a guilty plea. This offense, violation, blah, blah. Okay, so May 20th of 2004, Scott County judge stayed the imposition of a 90-month term of incarceration and instead placed defendant on probation for a term of up to 25 years So, if he was charged in May of 2003, charged in May, went to jail in 2003 of May, April 7th of 2004, he was found guilty. So, May to April, May of 2003 to April 2004, do the math. Now, May 2004, well, that's when he got his sentence. So, he was charged September 3rd. September 3rd, he got charged for the crime. So September 3rd, or September of 2003, he got charged and got arrested for the crime. So September to April of 2004. September to April, I mean, you're talking what, 5 months or something? So maybe 5 months in jail, but that's not correct, because April 2004, he had to have been out, because I watched my daughter at her townhome, at my ex's townhome. I watched my daughter there on my birthday, March 27th of 2004, so she could go out on a date with this Jeffrey Watne, because me and my ex were separated and whatever. Anything to get away from the psycho. All right, you're seeing someone, more power to you. I just cared about seeing my kid and having a relationship with my kid. So, March of 2004, she went out with this guy, so he had to have been not in jail. Not only that, February of 2004, on Valentine's, like, I'm sitting at her townhome, she decides she's going to go out to eat with her mom and her family on Valentine's, but in reality, she went out to eat with this Jeffrey Watne. So, I know in February and March of 2004, he was not in jail. So, whenever he was arrested, went to jail, bailed out, or they probably let him out on his own recognizance, whatever, the way that everything looks, had have only been in jail for, like I say, a maximum of a few months, if that. And then if you read down, his probation includes 1, serving 365 days credit for time served. How could he have credit for time served when he never even sat in jail for 365 days? Because if it was September of 2003, he got charged. May of 2004, they found him guilty, or he pled guilty. Not even a year went by from when he was charged until he pled guilty. Not even 1 year. So how could they say 365 days credit time served? Pay his fees, fines, restitution, take a sex offender treatment, follow the rules, blah, 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 remain law-abiding, register as a sex offender, and avoid unsupervised contact with children under the age of 16, subject to exceptions approved by probation. Defendant enrolled in sex offender treatment at Alpha Humane Services and completed the program on September 16th, 2005. Sex offenders, when they get charged with a crime, they got to do their sex treatment. Now, that's supposed to be like a year-long treatment. So if he completed his sex treatment in September of 2005, in September of 2003, when he got charged, to September 2005, he completed his sex treatment. So that's exactly like 2 years from when he got charged till he completed his sex treatment. So what is that? A whole year in jail and a whole year at treatment? Because that's exactly a year and a year? No. Because that dude was out in between all that. So in reality, it shows that this guy got a 90-month minimum of 90-month sentence in the box. A first time, no criminal history, blah, blah. In the box would have been 90 months. They could have given him a downward departure maybe because no record, whatever. But 0 prison time? doesn't come up on no sex offender registry, which says he's supposed to, blah, blah. If anyone looks him up, you can't see who it is. You can't see a picture of him. There is no picture of him. There's nothing about anything whatsoever except for stuff that I posted out there and dug up and found. So this is probation trying to get him off probation early after I brought it to their attention about me not being informed. Never brought it up at court. Still, intentionally, they filed the papers and tried to get him off probation after I brought it to their attention. Mark Mel fully admitted it. Terry Olson fully admitted it with the conversations I recorded with them. So there's no denying, blah, blah. And I'm glad I did record the conversations because no one would ever believe it. Oh, no, they wouldn't have said that. No, it was done before, whatever. Straight conversation, their mouth, straight up, saying, yes, yeah. Well, we were in the process of trying to get him off probation early, yada, yada. But still, when they filed them papers was after the point I brought the stuff to their attention. Like, literally, right after. So, it says on here he got denied to get done with probation early due to the judge saying, consider the purposes of probation including rehabilitation, which implies a balance between probationer's interest in freedom and the state's interest in public safety. While defendants may desire a promotion, court finds the defendant cannot adequately pursue rehabilitation activities like employment, including for the same employer with whom he had established a positive working relationship, with an early discharge from probation, because denying an early discharge will promote public safety without significantly disturbing the defendant's rehabilitation pursuit. The court will not grant defendant's request at this time. So the judge ordered it due to the safety and the concern of exactly, what does that say? The public safety. The public safety does not outweigh getting him off probation early. So it weighed out more that the concern of the public safety and his crime and the severity of his crime outweighed for this guy claiming he's been a good boy, no trouble with the law, did probation good, blah, 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 letter from his probation officer, and da, da, da. The judge straight up looked at that and said, due to the nature of your crime and the severity of it, that does not outweigh letting you off probation early without us being able to monitor you and see where you are, because we want to pay attention to you and keep tabs on you because the nature of your crime, due to the state's interest in public safety, they refused. So the public safety was at risk to get him off probation early, is what the judge is saying. The public safety was at risk. And this guy wants to file in some HRO restraining order that his safety and his concern and his well-being and his reputation is at risk by me recording my conversations with these POs, being lied to, misled, and then getting a letter in the mail from these PO or from the county attorney's office saying I cannot even call anymore about it. I can't even call them anymore. They said they did their job. Nope, no violation, blah, blah, blah. You can't call bond. I mean, really? Listen to all the recordings. But I got the letter here too. So after me finding out and seeing that they tried getting him off probation early, I wound up sending this letter to Judge Christian Wilson, which is the judge that denied him to get done with probation early. I sent this letter to him right after me finding out about what Dakota County Probation's tried doing. and this part is on his record. This letter is in his record. If you look him up on, as you can see on previous videos I posted, and you can look him up at the BCA, and there's 3 different websites that are whatever, county, state, whatever records. It's all legit website, but on one of them you can wind up pulling up some files and download it and see them. This letter is in one of them, which is on his record, in Scott County, because he's still on probation. It's not a closed case. So this is a letter I received from Dakota County Attorney's Office. This is in response to my calls. The department related to this matter will be in writing only. Future correspondence related to this matter must be in writing or by email. So I did wind up talking to this, I don't know if it was this Catherine Keeney or, oh no, it was Jennifer Wolf. I did talk to her, and the only time I got her on the phone and was able to talk to her was after calling. Like, I told them I'm not leaving no more fucking voicemails, I'm not leaving no more messages, over and over. And I kept calling back. I said, no, don't give me someone's voicemail. I want to talk to someone. I want to talk to whoever's above that person, I want to speak to someone, and I'm not leaving no more voicemails. I'm not. I want to speak to someone. I'm fucking fed up with this voicemail, leaving voicemail, no call back, bullshit game. I did get Jennifer Wolf on the phone. They actually did give it to her and did get her on the phone, claiming like, oh, she's out of the office, yada, 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 leave a message for this. But you know what? After a few days of that bullshit game, I said, fuck it. They kept giving me, well, to this person, go to their voicemail. I called right back. Up, voicemail again. Called right back. Up, voicemail again. Kept calling right back to the county attorney's office and demanded to speak to someone. The recording on that.
What? What's going on?
Yep, Mr. Becker, we will be responding to you in writing.
Oh, really? You mean like, because they're not going to do their job and they didn't do it proper and I was never informed about any of this? You're going to respond in writing for that? That's what you're trying to tell me, right? That's how you're going to resolve it? You don't got no answer? You don't got no explanation to any of this, or what?
Is there anything else we can do for you?
So this is how Dakota County Courts deals with a sex offender around a minor kid and I was never informed, right? Right?
That's all, Mr. Becker. You
Well,
can expect a letter from us in writing.
oh, trust me.
Here's another one. Leaving a voicemail.
Dakota County Attorney's Office.
Yeah, can I speak to Jenny Nordstrom?
Jenny Nystrom. Okay, and who's calling, please?
Matthew Becker?
One moment, please. Well, Jennifer is currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone. When you have finished, please hang up or press the pound key for more options.
Jennifer Wolf, Matthew Becker here. And I'm really getting fed up with this. This is extremely ridiculous. I suggest you go back and you listen to my recorded conversations with Terry Olson and Mark Mell and Stacy Davitt and Paula Pledge and so on. They know they're in the wrong. You guys know they're in the wrong. Bottom line. And you don't want to hold your probation officers accountable. That's why you're not doing nothing or looking into it. Now I'm going to call back and I'm going to try and speak to a person because I'm really getting fed up with this. Hundreds of calls, endless of running around bullshit. I'm really getting sick and tired of this bullshit. You know you're in the wrong. You need to hold them probation officers accountable for not doing their job. Same with the social services. Now, I'm doing the proper steps. I'm reaching out and contacting you people, and you're not doing your fucking job. I want to respond back and a resolution to this, and they're going to be held accountable for not doing their job. Now, you going to do your fucking job?
To accept and set message option, press 1. To send now, press the pound key. To mark message marked as high importance. To send now, press the pound key. Message sent with high importance.
Now, here's another voicemail, or another time calling right back to the county attorney's office.
Good afternoon, Dakota County Attorney's Office.
Yeah, Matthew Becker again. I really would like to speak with someone and not be leaving any more voicemails. I'm not playing the voicemail game no more. I've done it, and I played it long enough, and I'd like to speak to someone about this, and I'm getting fed up with dealing with this.
And we have to speak with Jen Wolf, and she's not available, so you have to leave her.
Yeah, well, I've been leaving messages, and no one's calling me back. So I would like to speak to someone. Or I'm just going to have to come up there, and I don't want to come up there. I'd rather deal with this and not invest it in the board. I really would like to speak with someone. Hello?
Currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone. When you have finished. Dakota County
I
Attorney.
just told you I'm not leaving voicemails on people's things anymore. I want to speak to someone, and I'm getting fed up with this.
Okay, well, they're.
Well, I don't want to hear that. You can find someone I can speak to resolve this. I'm not leaving this voicemail.
You have to leave a voicemail?
No, I'm not playing the fucking voicemail anymore. I've done it long enough, and no one's calling me back.
Well, she's the one that's.
Yeah, well, she ain't calling me back, so you need to push it up the ladder. Well, you need to push it up the ladder. Whoever's above her, then. I want to speak to someone, and I'm getting fed up with this.
You to her supervisor. Did you leave him a message?
Okay, well, let me talk to his supervisor.
I'll transfer you again to Tom.
No, you can put me to his supervisor. To his supervisor. I want to speak to someone. I'm really getting fed up with this. I'll put it through to someone again. Fucking bullshit. Big bullshit.
Unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone. Dakota County Attorney's Office.
Yep, Matt Becker again. Not leaving voicemails, I told you.
Okay, well, Jen.
Yeah, well, I want to speak to someone, and you can just keep pushing it up the ladder till there's someone to talk to. Well, I'll call you right back. I'm going to continue to call until you get me to someone to talk to.
Okay, well, you don't need to like that?
Well, you just need to give me someone to talk to.
Calm down. You need to calm down.
You just need to give me someone to talk to because I'm not playing this game no more.
Not everyone is available.
Well, you find someone that's available then.
Handling.
Well, you find someone that's available then. Then you find someone that's available then. Then you find someone available then. I'm not playing call back.
County Attorney's Office. All lines are busy. Stay on the line and your call will be answered in order. Thank you for your patience.
All the resources Dakota.
And of course, after all that, nothing. They don't answer the phone. They don't do nothing. Like, that's how they fucking deal with problems. They wonder why someone gets angry and upset and frustrated and gets fucking loud or swears and has to express their feelings.
Yeah, Mark, this is Matt.
Yeah, I'm getting back to you. Are there? Well, let me just tell you this. We've looked at this case, and Mr. Watne has been in compliance with his supervision conditions through all of his supervision. You have indicated several allegations about when you felt he was in violation. We have looked at those, and he has never been in violation.
Good. That's what you feel about it. Hey, if that's what you feel about it.
It's not the way I feel
Hey,
about it.
yeah, well, you can say what you want, Mark. I mean, I already pointed this shit out to you, and it's the way it is. I mean, they were living in the same unit. They were living in the same unit in 2015 when they got married, and they were renting out the other half. And Terry told them that no, you guys are not supposed to be living in the same unit, okay? And nothing was done about it. I already know that. I already know who was renting that was living there during that time. Like I told you, Mark, like I don't need to go down all these roads, but I will if I have to. Bottom line.
No roads to go down because
Hey.
he's never been in violation.
All right.
He is in compliance.
Hey, he was in compliance to be around my minor child, and I was never informed about it. When he knew he was not supposed to be around her, unless I was notified or aware of it, and he was around her, and they went and did an assessment, he had to lie about that, right? Now you tell me that ain't right. You tell me that ain't right? There you go.
Not right.
I'm not right?
No.
So I was never supposed to be informed or told about it.
We followed our protocol.
So I was never supposed, so you're admitting that I was supposed to be informed. He was aware of I should have been known, and he never said nothing about it to put himself around a minor kid. So he was deceitful to put himself around a minor kid and never said nothing about it.
He received approval from us to be around Kayla when we approved it. That is correct.
You guys,
He never violated his conditions.
okay? So you guys approved him to be around my kid. How can you approve him to be around my kid when I was never even informed? What gives you the right to approve a pedophile to be around my kid without me being known? By law, you're supposed to notify me. What gives you the right to do that?
There's no bylaw that we need to notify you.
You don't?
Followed our process. Probation does not need to notify you.
Well, you allowed it. You had to do a child mandate report before it was approved.
No. We submitted a mandated report as we're required to by statute.
Yeah, and what happened?
I'm not going to get into that with you.
You're not. Well,
It's not public information.
that sounds pretty fucking deceitful to me.
No, it's not. It's not public information. It's private information.
Private, so like I can't know because that's my own kid?
Correct. You cannot know.
I cannot know. I cannot know because that's my own kid. About a pedophile around my own kid, I can't know about that? I can't know about that? What the fuck is wrong with you? How am I not supposed to be known about that? A fucking pedophile around my kid. And you tell me I can't be known about it? Really? Are you fucking serious about that?
You wanted a return phone call. I
Yeah.
gave you a return phone call.
All right.
I
So
told you
that's
it
it.
is accurate.
All right.
He's never been in violation. Everything he has done, he has received approval to do.
So you approved, you just telling me right now, you approved to put my kid around that, and you know it wasn't supposed to be right. I was never informed, I was never told, nothing period, and you know right there that's wrong. It should have never been approved, and you guys approved that. You just told me you guys approved it, and it shouldn't have been. And you know it shouldn't have been.
Is there anything else I can help you with? I'm not planning to have another phone call with you.
Hey, sounds good.
I'm going to be sending a letter out to you indicating
Yeah. Indicate what?
indicating that if you want to communicate with us, you can do it in writing. It'll be in conjunction with the county attorney's office, who is well aware of this case. Everybody is well aware of this case.
And this is how they're going to deal with it, right? So you're telling me this is how they're going to deal with it, right? This is how the Dakota County Courts is going to deal with this problem, huh? This is how they do it? They're like, fuck you, we don't care, we're going to put any kid around a child molester. We don't care, we don't have to tell anyone. This is how Dakota County Courts deal with it. Wow, alright.
We followed our process.
Really? Then where was the process wrong? Where was it wrong? Huh?
Kayla's mother was involved in this decision making.
And I'm her dad. Why wouldn't I? I'm supposed to be notified by law. I have joint legal rights to my fucking daughter. I should have been notified before it was ever approved. You know that, Mark. Don't fucking feed me shit. You're well aware of the law and the rules, so don't go there with me. You know that. If you want to continue to lie, it don't matter. It ain't going away, and I'm not going to stop. And you think if this is how it's going to be done and dealt with, it's just going to keep moving up. I mean, whatever. I told you. I'm not going to let it go. Is there anything else you want to tell me, or is that it?
Well, I'm real interested to hear how somebody who thinks that a righteous father goes and puts my children's information.
How do you think a righteous fucking father put a fucking pedophile around my kid? You fuck? Yeah, you fuck.